I've only got one real goal today, and that's to turn Warhammer into a freak show that would make even Slanesh blush. With my main thing, Miao Miao. There's 3 final stages to get through, each more bat-shiesty insane than the last, so let's lock the freak in. These final stages will put your mind, body, and soul to the limit. Some things just can't be unseen. I've got no clue how this freak quest turned out to be my hardest campaign ever, but shit man, game is game, and I won't stop, and I can't stop till I've successfully beat the freakiest Total War Warhammer campaign of all time. This again will be played on the max difficulty, and expect to see these symbols a whole bunch. YouTube-sama, I'm trying my best. I'm just a young brother trying to make it out, and if you like this content, please subscribe. So let's get right into this for Mommy Miao Ying. Hoorah! Starting off at the exact area we were at last time, Miao Ying's in stage 3, but we're gonna need a lot more stages to fully beat this campaign. I did get to stage 3 a lot earlier this time, because my last campaign went boom boom and blew up because of all the new updates, so whatever, I'll play it again. I'm a certified grinder, but you know who else is a certified grinder? Min Fan, because she's trying to rob from me, Miao Ying, and give them to the Slaneshi forces. No, that's my stuff, and on top of that, the Slaneshi forces are betraying Min Fan. So now we have to save her after she robbed us, but Mommy Miao Ying and War God are so kind, we have to save her. Because I heard if you get caught by those Slaneshi guys, they'll make you bend over and spell run.
So touch your toes. Now spell run 3 times.
Oh, you in. Oh, you in. Oh, you. Hold up, man. What the?
Which is pretty damn sus. Starting off the battlefield, we got a little bit of a cinematic. Pretty cool. There's no audio here, but you know, Min Fan, she doesn't know the enormity of her crime. But maybe her retainers are unaware pawns. Yes, Miao Miao, we have to save them. We cannot let them fall into the hands of the demons. We do not want them to spell run. We need to save them now. Miao Ying, I choose you, and you need to rescue Min Fan right away, because she's getting attacked by that Chaos Lord, and Min Fan is a little bit of a lightweight. She's very, very easy to die in this quest battle. I think I've had her die probably like 3 times by now, so Miao Ying, you better get on the case right away as I reform my lines, because there's a cav flank ready at my backside, and we do not like that. It actually comes a lot faster than I was expecting, so my lines are really disorganized now. I'm gonna have to reformat really fast. I'm getting my summon out here too, the ethereal guys. They should be good at poking down the cav, hopefully. Miao Ying finally did read where Min Fan is at as well. Hopefully provide some support, big towns of the night. Just keep her alive, keep any strong single entities off of her. You can see though, I'm getting really overwhelmed with my guns. They have like no line of sight to shoot, so I'm gonna need to reformat them. Hopefully just my swordmen can pull off all this cav. It is AI, so they're pretty stupid, but when they have that many, it becomes a long day. We are kind of getting back into saver position now, so that's good, but it looks like Azazel's coming in for the reinforcement RKO. This can get dangerous really fast. We're gonna have to wait 5 minutes and hold out for the Imperial Wardens to help us out, because I don't think these Slaneshi forces are gonna stop. There's another cav rush, more Furies, Azazel, and I think there's a big wave waiting for us at the end, so if we want to win this, we're really gonna need to lock in. What do you think about this quest battle, Miao Ying?
I have no interest in such trivial battles. How about a more pleasurable diversion, my lovers? You release your seed off the top of the bastion's walls, and I shall stand below to catch it in my mouth.
What the hell did you just say, Miao Ying? I'm not sure that was relevant to the topic at hand, Miao Ying, okay? We're playing a quest battle here, and we need to save Min Fan. You need to probably get your priorities straight, okay? I must have just misheard that. Miao Ying clearly wants to save Min Fan, and she's very invested in the battles. You can see a big Fury push comes in our back line here. Basically, our guns are not shut down yet, but they're getting overwhelmed quite a lot. There's chariots, war shrines, Azazel. They're all over the place. Hopefully, Miao Ying can snipe Azazel, because she should be a lot better than him.
I'm better. I am better.
But it looks like he's avoiding her. He knows that Miao Miao's got the smoke for his ass. We'll just continue to shoot him with my blimp, shoot him with my guns, and just try to peel off as much Slanesh forces as we can, all while keeping Min Fan alive. A task much easier said than actually done. I have the Nangal grenades too, a brand new unit released in the latest patch. They stink, and I take them a lot in this campaign, and they never fail to disappoint me. Good job, CA, with the brand new units. Azazel runs away from Miao Ying. What a poop skill, man. Come on, you need to stay and fight, bro. But we do finally peel off, it looks like the majority of the cav force, now just some demonettes and some spawn, so that's pretty good. We did take a heavy hit though, pretty much all our front line is at half HP, a lot of our guns are low. Min Fan is really low, she's actually getting circle beaten by spawn. That's not too good at all. And okay, there was a lot of Slaneshi forces. We might be having to spell run here really fast, guys, if we don't lock in. There's approximately 3 minutes left. So yeah, we're gonna need to lock in. I sent Miao Miao back at the human form to start healing up Min Fan. She's getting really low, so just healing her up, heal capping her. best I can do for her at the current stage. But ultimately, they overwhelm us. There's way too much Slanesh force here. And we were already thin, so I just pull back my guys while it's good. I don't want to lose my entire army here. And I'm just going to try to hold out till that 5 minutes is up. Miao Miao, keep healing. Sky Blimp, keep shooting. But what's this message we get? My emissary or relief force have been ambushed and delayed. I'm sorry we failed you. How could you ever fail Mommy Miao? You could never fail her. And it looks like it's all going black. We're getting blacked right now. It's not good. But we should have won, right? I mean, I did keep Minfan alive. I did my job. But let's see what exactly happens eventually. Close victory, because, you know, I won it. Maybe if the narrative says I didn't win it, but, you know, I won. That was a lot of Slanesh force. Damn, that was a lot of Slanesh force. Golly, man. Okay. Well, Mommy Miao Ying, we carried it out. And we do complete the quest battle. Okay, there we go. We rescued Shinfan. Nobody will be having to spell run today. Good, because you need to never spell run. If they ever ask you that question, always say no. This is top 10 tips that will save your life with War Guide. Cha-ching! And with that, we progress to the next stage. Nothing is sacred. Basically, the Slaneshi emissaries, they got a new gift for Miao Miao. They got the brand new iPhone 16, 17, 18 Pro Max Deluxe Edition, and it's metal. And Miao Ying attaches it to her brain, and it makes her a lot smarter with the brand new Apple Intelligence AI. And that's gonna make Miao Miao connect to the 5G network and get the signal straight into her body. She got some metal like antennas sticking out of her, and now she's gonna be able to connect to the magic of Slanesh and be so much stronger. Good job, Miao Miao. Love to see a girl boss. Now that we got that done, let's see how the actual result of our battle with Azazel went. It's a big fight. Azazel v Miao Ying, Grand Cathay, and Slanesh clash, and there's heavy losses on both sides. But Grand Cathay was counting on reinforcements that ultimately didn't come. They got ambushed by another Slaneshi force, so they kind of had this planned out. Miao Ying might have fallen into a bit of a trap here. So now Miao Ying and the Grand Cathay forces are quartered off, and Miao Ying stays behind to fight off the Slanesh forces as the rest of her army makes a retreat, hopefully find some other support in Grand Cathay somewhere, and come back to save Miao Miao. But for now, it's not looking good for her. Demons fall by the hundreds, the thousands, the millions, because Mommy Miao Miao is the most powerful dragon of them all. I'm not biased. But eventually she just ground down, and the demons do put down Miao Miao, and she gets captured by the Slaneshi demons and Azazel. Oh, I fear for Miao Miao, but I'm sure my glorious queen can turn the tides on them. She's got this. They take Miao Miao, and they take her to a different place where there's a lot of bubblegum pink in the air. Miao Miao is very angry at this. She slaps Azazel in the face.
You disgust me, fiend. I should enjoy cutting your rot from this world.
Good. How delectable.
It seems that Azazel is trying to practice his level 1 million Riz technique, but it's not working on Mommy Miao Ying, and she's getting pretty pissed off at him at this point. So Miao Ying goes for one final last gamble to hopefully escape out of the Slaneshi captives. If she can get Azazel and threaten him, maybe she can just escape her precarious predicament. It ultimately doesn't work. She's running way too low on magic. She tries to shoot a thunderbolt and goes bzzz, and it fizzles out, and it doesn't work. And Azazel comes in for the RKO. He seems to be trying a unconventional technique, I'll call it that. But it's not all hopeless, because Miao Ying has done so much damage to the demon forces. They're running super low on magic, but they need to sustain themselves in the mortal realm. Demons are just dropping like flies, randomly just disappearing from the mortal planes. So as long as Miao Ying can hold out, she should be okay. Azazel is trying to take Miao Ying's magic to fuel them, but she's not really going to let that fly, and she's fighting with everything she can.
Submit to me. I have such wonderful plans.
Your vision for perversion is limited and tedious.
Ooh, I see what burns inside you. Let me fan the flame.
I will not play your games. Why don't you take out that anger on my ass?
Yo, Miao Ying gotta cook this Azazel, bro. That brother got mogged. And then we get some really good news. Grand Cathay reinforcements are coming to save Miao Ying. But before they get there, Azazel leaves one last final gift. He bites her with his double twin snake tail and gives her that Azazel venom. And this venom is completely sapping all of Miao Ying's magic. And it's not going good for her. She's really on the ropes.
Come to me. Be my champion, my vassal. My new toy.
But luckily, just in time, the Grand Cathay forces come and they save Miao Ying, but she has been infected with Azazel's venom.
That snake. I must find a way to rid myself of this cursed venom.
She's gonna have to figure out a way to deal with this, or things are gonna get worse and worse and worse. By the end, we may not even recognize the Storm Dragon anymore. So, I, War God, will prevent that from happening, because you know, I would never let my glorious King Miao Ying fall to this freaky, sneaky, leaky, and pinky monkey. Double snake wearing, pink eye having, ugly ass assassin. While we do get some debuffs with the Azazel's Venom, minus 100 magic reserve per turn, we do get a lot of buffs as well. But the main one, of course, is from us progressing through the freaky stages, and now we're on stage 4. Basically, minus melee defense, minus weapon strength, but she gains mass ward save and HP points. She also gains a new special ability where she can give herself healing. She heals herself, but if there's enemies near her, they also get healed. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword, so she needs to pull out of combat to pop that. And those are the main things. So we are going to have to make a decision now. Are we going to destroy Azazel, or are we going to ally with Azazel? And I don't know what will happen there. But you know what? Miao Miao is mine, and mine alone, Azazel. You will not be getting anywhere near him, because I know what your kind do. So I'm going to destroy Azazel for sure. There ain't no way in hell I'm allying with that brother. You saw him when he did that wrist maneuver? That was not okay, bro. He needs to be disciplined, and Miao Ying is the woman for the job. And the secondary objective we're going to have to do is we're going to have to take over the Writhing Fortress. That is Archeon's starting settlement, so we're going to have to go travel all the way to Archeon, then all the way to Azazel, all the way in Kislev, and defeat them both to progress the stages and become more powerful, question mark? I don't know, we'll have to see. Here we can see the brand new Miao Ying model. Listen, just trust War God. You can trust in War God. This model is fire. Magnifico. Okay? It's just good. It's just good. She's a lot more strong and independent now. And you know what? That's all I ever wanted from Miao Ying. Because you know, War God always spreads kindness. That's just how I do it. And look at that. Next turn passes and we got Minfan in custody. What? How should we discipline her? Or should we even discipline her? I don't know. She did rob us, but listen, she repented. She's sorry. She said, it was a temporary lapse in judgment. I didn't mean it. Listen, and if somebody says sorry and they donate to charity, you have to forgive them. Those are the rules. So we are gonna forgive Minfan. She donated $10 to charity, meaning our crimes are absolved, and we will not execute Minfan. That's too mean. We spread kindness over here in Grand Cathay, and we are gonna recruit Minfan into our ranks as a strong, independent woman, because that's what we love on the War God channel. So what's unique about Minfan, and why do we have to save her? Number 1. This is pretty much the only thing, but it's Corrupted Cunning. Bonus ambush success chance, Perfect Musk, and +8 melee attack for Sinesh units. Over in the south, Snicketch is trying to attack my Grand Cathay forces, and I wasn't really standing for that, so I recruited an army with a bunch of Nangal grenades. I was thinking, right, Skavens have a lot of Skaven Slave, low armor, high mass. I was thinking that the grenades would be able to just carry me and destroy infinite rats. That wasn't necessarily the case. You'll have to see how this goes. You can see there's just so many rats. I don't even know how many's here, to be honest, but there's definitely more than 40, I'll tell you that much. Bombs are coming from the left, from the right. We got the smoke bombs too. They give minus 20 to 24 melee attack and melee defense, so maybe they'll help us last longer. I'm trying to bomb whenever there's a big cluster over there, but I just feel like the Nangal grenades just suck. Like, I don't know, they die super fast, and I feel like the damage output is really disappointing considering how squishy they are. So I was really not happy with how my Nangal grenades were performing in this battlefield. I was still trying to do whatever I could though. You can see huge blobs. My lords in there, the shotguns are in there. My army holds out for a very long time, but with 2 armies, one coming from the left, one from the right, and it's a lot, and we just get overwhelmed by a rat tide. You know I won't take this sitting down, but for now, it looks like we're gonna have to throw in the towel, because there's just too many damn rats, and those Nangal grenades, they suck. They suck. They need a buff or something. I'm very disappointed in this performance, and multiplayer and campaign, them brothers stink. And I get knocked down, but I get up again. I will not let these rats keep me down. Listen, even though we lost, they took so many losses, so I'm gonna run it back on them. I ain't done yet. Get back here, little ratty boys. There's no way I'm gonna let them replenish all their numbers. And I even get a Pyrrhic victory here. Now, I lose my entire army, but hey, Pyrrhic victory. So I'm sure the second try will be a win. We're gonna start off by setting up where the army will be coming into the battlefield, so hopefully you can rout them off instantly with Nangal grenades and a bunch of archers just shooting in, causing a bunch of leadership penalties. The Nangal grenades, man, the damage output is really disappointing, but eventually we are able to kill everything that's coming in from that side, but then the right side comes over and By the time we're able to turn my forces around to deal with the right side, they're already on top of us and we are getting overwhelmed super fast. My lord is healthy for now and we have some frontline, but we're just running so thin. We killed one army, but it's looking like the second army is just gonna grind us down with rats and rats and rats and dirty rats. I don't like rats, and we lose. R.I.P. Listen, I lose once, I lose twice, but you know, you gotta have that gambling mindset.
Let's go gambling! Today's lesson. Keep gambling.
Keep gambling till you make the money back. I'll run it back on the Skaven eventually. But for now, back in the north, we have two armies pushing on Villach's final army. Here, Valiant Defeat, you can see he's got a big juicy stack. But I also got two big juicy stacks of my own with Girltrick and Felix in one stack. Now I got grenades, shotgun blickies, and a Django war drum. So hopefully it'll be enough to beat all these high tier walk units. Starting off the fight, the walk forces feel they're instantly rushing me. I sent a little hero squad in the backline to get healed with Felix and just tie up as many troops as they could. They kind of approached me from my right flank, which I wasn't prepared for, so I switch all my units to the right. And as I come in here, we do massive damage to them on the approach. But as soon as they even just touch my front line, they instantly evaporate. And most of my armies consisted of archers, so maybe not the best composition of my armies, but hey, shooters gotta shoot, and I just shoot. If I got enough shooters, they die. As America teaches, so it's gotta work. You can see Naga grenades bombing in, shotgunning any trolls that get too close. But the hero fight goes pretty damn bad. Apparently trolls are a lot stronger than I expected, and Gotrek is dead. One of my lords is almost dead. Felix is almost dead. And the battlefield was looking pretty bad at this point. I had no frontline. This was literally just Django war jump giving ITPs to my guys so they don't rout. But they were dying to last man, so we're going to have to recruit a lot of extra units after this battlefield if we even have a hope in hell to win this shiesty. The trolls are just absolutely obliterating everything. They just keep regenning and coming back. They must be smelling the syrup and they need to die, but they keep coming back. Luckily though, it does see me finally grind them down enough, and I kite them a little with my archers and my blicky cannons, and I'm able to hit them with the blicky, hit them with the sticky, and I'm able to finish off the last little bit of walk forces. I say a little bit, but it was a lot of it, and we took a very heavy loss in this battlefield. We almost have no ammo. Django war drum dead, Crow's dead, everybody dead, but we got the victory royale. So results, we do get a lot of money for winning that battlefield. Would have preferred it was more. And this is the final settlement here, so we just need to take the red fortress. I'll besiege it for as long as it takes to make sure that village never comes back. He's annoying as hell. The Skaven, I take back my previous statement. We're gonna get an ally with them because I realized I don't really want to have to build a whole new stack for 2 extra armies, so I just give them a settlement.
Come on, man! That's too easy!
And we get a peace treaty. It's just that easy. But wait, we will get our revenge of the rats. Just wait till later in the campaign. Morgoth does not let any slight against him stand. I shall take revenge. Moving on to the next turn, we actually get another freaky event. Wow, these things are popping off faster and faster. We have an alliance with the Nakars that allows us to keep building up a corruption meter every single turn. And in this event, Miao Ying is really stressed from running all of Grand Cathay. I mean, it's so much for one woman's shoulders, even if she does have some big shoulders. So the Sineshi emissary offers to give Miao Ying the Brain Blaster 9000 Deluxe Head Massage Package. And this is gonna help relax Miao Ying, remove all the headaches, all the migraines, so that she can go back to living life and taking care of Grand Cathay. But the treatment goes wrong, sadly. Nobody could have predicted this, and it goes a little bit too far, and Miao Ying ends up getting brain blasted. And it's not good. Miao Ying, she gets even bigger headaches, causing some delirium and confusion. And Miao Ying he's not feeling too good right now. So the Sinesh emissary offers her a Steed of Sinesh as compensation. And Miao Ying gets a brand new pet, a little Steed of Sinesh buddy. Help her along, kind of like a guide dog. Am I just yapping? Yes, I am. But that does allow us to progress the stages, and we're already on stage 5. Things are moving pretty damn fast. You can see we got a bunch of new perks, a lot of the same stuff, but just kind of more or less depending on the scenario. It's kind of like a side grade, but I like it. We also get an additional mission here to defeat 3 Grand Cathayan armies, and that will allow us to get a bunch of diplomatic relations with Assasso. I'm not gonna do that, but let's check out Miao Ying's newer model. Wow. She's drippy. She's got like a Pokemon backpack with the Steed of Sinesh. It's gonna help her relieve her migraines, and it's gonna give her better posture, and she's just gonna be a lot better with the brand new Pokemon backpack. Pretty cool, pretty drippy. That shit must be a limited edition. Thank you so much to the Bubblegum Pink emissary, as always. Such a kind person with no malicious intent. I'm able to unlock a unique skill tree line, and that's gonna allow me to start getting some corrupted units, which are just basically your normal Cathayan units, but a little bit Bubblegum Pink. Some stronger, some weaker. I have to make that decision myself. So let's go check out a couple of them. You can see there's a custom display here. It's the equivalent of Walk's warband system. Basically, you select the unit and you select which branch you want to go down. You can upgrade units, you can de-evolve units. It's going to cost you gold, and they have to be a certain number of ranks to actually level up. My Jade Warriors, though, are pretty healthy, and we're going to turn them into Rose Warriors with whips and normal Rose Warriors. Rose Warriors with whips, they have the charmed effect, and the normal ones are kind of just budget Chaos Warriors. I don't know if it's really an upgrade, more of a side grade, but they're here, they're freaky, and they got a couple cool abilities. Rapture of Zen, basically it's like Berserk that the Norskins have. The longer they stay in combat, more physical resistance, more melee attack that they get. Their harmony systems also change a little bit. Their Yang and Yin both give them more speed, could, you know, fit with that slashy themes. But for now, I can only upgrade my Jade Warriors because of the lowest tier troops. If I want to get things like my Iron Hails and my Jade Lions and my Jet Lions switched over to the Freak side, I'm gonna have to research down the tech tree a lot more. At this point, I just convert all my armies that I can to the Freak stages just to make them that much stronger. And it's just in time because we're running it back on those little dirty rats. I have a bunch of Kankathe armies I've been building up behind the scenes, bunch of bombs, bunch of Jade and Jet Lions. You already know rats don't like cats, so I brought the cats for the rats, and I brought the bombs for the bats. Call me the hat rhyme master, baby. Oh yeah, time to die, you dirty stinky rats. Pome is coming back to the Grand Cathayan side. And you can see here back in my main settlement of Nangao, after researching those techs, I'm able to unlock these brand new freaky buildings. They're just gonna allow me to directly recruit the freaky units without the need to convert and spend extra money. Miao Ying's of course in the north, and she makes it to the Writhing Fortress finally. Here is Archeon the Ever-Chosen. Don't question why he's a female. Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. Trust me. But I'm gonna declare war on him because I need the Writhing Fortress. He's got a pretty juicy stack, but come on. Miao Miao, Sayang the Emissary. Bah, shit's too easy, man. They're gonna get that clang, 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 clang. That's all you're gonna hear. Then it's gonna go black. Starting off the battle, I'm just gonna send in Miao Ying and the Blimp. I mean, I feel like this is all we need. You know, Miao Ying, she's pretty strong. Blimp is blimpy, so I think this will be fine. It was a pretty easy battle, and who really likes watching sieges anyways? Once I can smell the blood in the water, I send in the rest of my forces and just take them out. Bang, bang, bang. And we've captured the Writhing Fortress. Lots of money. It is red territory, but we still get a lot. Looks like there's a unique building here as well, and that's pretty cool. But what's more importantly is that we completed that quest, which will give plus growth for my entire faction, so that's pretty cool. Capture the Writhing Fortress, that's what we've done. But it seems the Skaven are not taking our attack on Pome lightly, and Snicketch is counterattacking Wang Chen. Okay, I can accept a loss like that. Oh, he's got another brother? Who's he attacking? One of my random armies? Otter, what are you doing, bro? Otter was off that. This guy's an idiot or something? I think he tried underway stancing and I intercepted him. Skillish, you dirty rat. I'm sending in all three of my armies. We're not gonna let Snicketch take Wang Chen for free. And it's gonna be a huge battle. 3 armies. I got a lot of armies. He's got a lot of armies. But which army will come out on top? Starting off the battlefield, you see I got a bunch of bombs. And we just sit here and just smell the napalm. That's all we gotta do. I sent my lords on an assassination mission against their lord. And I put the rest of my army on the rice paddies while we sing a magnificent tune.
Bombardiro tralalera brr brr. Signora garamararambrara mudin din din dun. Dun 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 dun. Assassino boneca?
They couldn't handle the power of the Bombadillo Crocodilo, and we ended up winning this battle pretty easily, pushing off the rest of the Skaven. Nagel Grenades finally did something right for once, so nice, W win. Pyrrhic victory, but we'll take it. We're finally getting a foothold against these rats. Hopefully we can take them out, secure the borders of Grand Cathay, so we can fully focus on beating Azazel's behind, because he is a loser. I don't like him at all. And then the next turn, it looks like Nakari picked up the Sword of Cain. I'm definitely for that. Nakari usually dies very soon, and he's my only Slanesh ally right now. Obviously, I can't ally with Azazel. Past that, some Skaven spies are trying to enter in our land, so I'm going to get all 3 of my armies to attack them wherever they may be. But they do ambush one of my armies. They get it caught lacking. I don't walk into it, but you know, Skaven, natural ambush. Cheaters. I don't like cheaters, but it is what it is. I'm not going to fight an ambush battle, because I don't like ambush battles. And yeah, 4 stacks. Yeah, I was not winning that one. But I mean, we did do a good amount of damage back to them, so maybe it'll be okay. We'll counterattack them on the next turn, and okay. I'm not sure the AI really calculated with their brain. These guys clearly don't got that 189 IQ. And we're able to clean up the entire rat advance in 2 turns, because that's how I get this done. Call me the rat exterminator, baby. Also, after getting that last freak stage, I'm able to get some even higher tier freak units. You can see I'm getting my Crane Gunners freaky, I'm getting my Blimp freaky. And I'm not done yet, because we get the next freak stage on the next turn. Profane Apotheosis. Huh? What a techie name. What the hell does that even mean? But I'll tell you exactly what happens here. Miao Ying has a meeting with the Pink Lady, and Miao Ying, She's so thankful. The pink lady has done so much for all of Grand Cathay, and she can feel his kindness deep inside. And it's a very wholesome scene. So Miao Ying gets on one knee and says, I pledge allegiance to the bubblegum pink. Why was it spiky? And why does it stink? And she devotes herself to Sinesh, and now Sinesh and Miao Ying are closer than they've ever been, and it takes her to an even freakier stage. But she started to get a little bit some spikes on her. Why she got spikes on her shoulders? I don't know. Miao Ying's starting to look a little different than she once did. I'm not sure if this is a good road or a bad road, but it's a road, and I'ma take it. We get a new ability. I won't explain the title of the ability, but I'll tell you what it does. Basically, you cast this ability on an enemy, and then next turn you're able to recruit a demonette unit into your army. So it's a pretty cool, like, thematic ability. She's basically able to summon demons. Yeah, that's what we'll call it. And wow, Miao Ying's final model is insane. Well, I guess it's not the final one, but I mean, I don't even know what to say is happening here. She's basically like kind of looks like a half demonette, half Miao Miao hybrid at this point. So things are going a little bit sus for her. I can't say the gifts of Sinesh are very much gifts anymore. They look more like curses to me, but maybe she thinks differently. She did lose her little secret backpack, which is a little sad, but I think it's worth it to get to this stage. I'm not sure what the purple tentacle thing is, or the golden chain, but meh, I'm sure it's something cool. Miao Ying's taking her newfound powers and pushing an Archeon. I push onto Arbald here, he runs away. But it's a close defeat for me, so I'm not sure why he ran away. Apparently, he knows that Miao Miao's got that secret sauce, and he was right to be worried. Because I'm going to take this fight, and I'm going to win this fight, because that's just what I do. Miao Miao's the max freak stage. Physically powerful, physically domineering. I'm going to defeat Arbald, turn him to the defeated. Starting off the battlefield, I send in Miao Miao as kind of an espionage. I'm trying to trap up as many troops as I can. It's really the best strategy. I'm not going to let anybody pass. Miao Ying shall be the great bastion that holds back the chaos forces at bay. She's thick. She's strong. She will not let anybody pass her. She is pretty damn jacked at this point. I believe she has really high ward save, really high physical resistance, 121 armor, and 13,000 HP. Those are Kugat numbers. Actually takes Miao Ying from being more an offensive dragon to a tanky dragon. And by the way, if you look at her speed, she has 28 speed, and that does go down when she goes in her human form. So Miao Ying is super slow. So don't rely on her to catch anything. You want to get her in position and hold her there, and hopefully your army will stay alive. Eventually I do go into human form and I try to chase down Arbald undefeated, but she's so slow. 13 speed, and Arbald is just completely speed blitzing her. She is basically walking in slow motion, so I don't know if we're gonna catch him. I'll cast a slow spell on him, but I think he's still faster than me, even with the slow spell. So it's a long day for Miao Ying. Hopefully my army can kill the rest of the army, and then he's forced to fight Miao Miao in the end, cause brother's got no army. I got the pink lasers, I got the pink explosions. It kind of seems like a fun time, but judging by that the chaos forces are dying in mass, maybe it wouldn't be a fun time to get hit by the pink stuff. Maybe the white stuff? Huh? The new Sineshi troops are definitely doing their job here. The Chaos Forces, most of them are dead before they can even enter in my front line. And as they get onto the Rose Warriors, they're holding up pretty tanky. That -8 melee attack does go a long way, despite the AI cheats that they get. Big Talent of the Night comes down. Miao Miao still trying to enter into the front line. She'll get there. She just needs a little bit. Also, Miao Miao has Sinesh spells now. I probably forgot to mention that, but yeah, she can cast Sinesh spells. She's got the whip, and she's got the Nene. Pretty good spell combos. And you can see, we eventually start routing off en masse the front lines. They can't get to me. We're clapping them. Clang, 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 like I said was gonna happen. Eventually, Miao Miao does make it to Arbald, and she absolutely dominates him, as Miao Miao does, and we win the battle pretty dang easily. And I believe that's Archeon's main force. He might have another one, but for the most part, Archeon has been neutered pretty well at this point. We're gonna take his last settlement there, the Tower of Gorgoth, and what's after that? Azazel's settlement, where we can destroy him. Because I do not trust what that brother's going to do. I do not want to ally with him at all. We've also made it to the final part of the tech tree. So now any unit we have, even if they're tier 5, we can make them the freak version. Bubblegum pink. Yummy, yummy. That's what I like. Archeon, now that we've dominated him enough, I'll get him a peace treaty. And I'll trade him Monolith of Festerlung too. There's no way I'm going to be able to hold all this red territory in the middle of nowhere. It has like no monetary value to me. So give it to Archeon, get a peace treaty, and move on to fight Azazel. And Azazel does have a lot of girthy men in this army, and Crackadrak. So I'm going to need to make sure Miao Miao's prepared before we take this on. That many chosen, and my troops are still low from fighting off Arbald. He's not called undefeated for no reason, so I make sure saying, level him up. Miao Miao, give her all my best items. Give the emissary all my best items. Make them juicy, make them big, make them strong. And Azazel will not live through the day. Start off the battlefield, we're going to instantly rush in with all my troops into the front line. Maybe that was a stupid call because we get rushed on by the trolls that I hate oh so much. They're so strong for the AI because they get a leadership buff, which obviously is normally the big thing that nerfs trolls, but in this case, they don't care because they get cheats. But ultimately, Miao Miao, I send her in as a one-man army, and she's able to just duke it out. Clang, 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 Demonette dies, little doggy dies. I pulled the rest of my army though from the city because it's pretty clear they're just gonna all get killed, and I used up most of my ammo already as well. So really it's just Miao Miao versus the world. So we just sit here singing our favorite tune.
Tung 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 sahur. No. La polizia.
Nice, we captured Azazel's final settlement, Crack a Drac, because we cracked his crack. Get wrecked, loser. It looks like he has one last army left in the world though, so we're gonna have to hunt his ass down. Just like Tamarkan also declared war on me. I got a lot of diplomatic penalties from running through his land, but I did think I'd be able to win this battle pretty easily because I'm like, hey, I got ogre allies, I got a bunch of guns, I'm sure it will be fine. No. Well, you'll have to see how it goes. The ogre army there is fighting off Tamarkans, and they did way worse than I was expecting. I honestly thought they might be able to win it by themselves. They weren't. And on my army, I had literally no front line, so they just kind of walked through me, and I lost. Luckily, it's just a caravan, so not a big loss, but I was definitely shocked. I was like, damn, Tamarkan a little thick, man. He's a little thick, little girthy. I'm not about that. We lose that one, but just a caravan. And on the next turn, it looks like somebody else destroyed Azazel's last army. If I had to guess, it was probably Katarine, because she's pretty strong. Get wrecked, this asshole. This asshole vanquished. As if in confirmation of his banishment, you can feel the venom finally starting to break down inside of you. Over the next few days, you recover completely from its ill effects, and the world can now rest, knowing Azazel was banished for good. Well, for now. Oh, a little ominous, but we absolutely clapped that brother. Don't ever put your double snake technique or your wrist techniques on Miao Ying again. She's mine, little bro. So yeah, we took out Azazel and we won. We beat him. Now, after I destroyed Azazel, I played out the campaign for about 5 more turns, but no events were coming up. So then, I realized, oh wait, you have to ally with Azazel if you want to progress the freaky stages. Because if you just destroy him, then he's dead. Miao Ying wins, and Gregate goes back to being normal. But I don't want normal. I want Bubblegum Pink. I want Freak, and I'm gonna have to unleash my secret time powers. We're back, we're in action, and Azazel's alive again. I went to the turn right before I decided to destroy his final settlement, and instead of destroying his final settlement, I'm gonna try to get peace with him so we can be chill like that. But it seems like he's not really about the peace life right now. I'm gonna have to beat him down, or maybe sell him some settlements first, and hopefully I can get some peace treaties with him, and then we can progress the stages. Now obviously my first thought is, what if I just beat his ass down? But he had a lot of force here. More force than I remember, with his settlement garrison and his main army side by side. I did not think I was going to win that one with the Miao Miao's army, so I decided to retreat. And my next plan is to take out Throg's settlements by declaring war on him, take his settlements, sell them to Azazel. After giving him enough settlements, he should be chill enough with me to get a peace treaty. But it's really important that we keep on progressing. We don't have too much time to do this. But Katarine does have a lot of force and she counterattacks me. Apparently she was not a fan of us declaring war on her, and now we gotta fight. Woman on woman violence. I don't like this. Women, we gotta support each other, man. Close to defeat. Katarine's force is pretty strong. She has bears and other girthy stuff, so pretty scary. Luckily, Miao Miao was able to clog up a bunch of the troops because it's a choke point battle, and Miao Miao is able to mortis engine a lot of them down, while the rest of our army just shoots in with their crane gunners and explosions. But even with that, they're still pushing through pretty intensely, and our entire front line at this point is pretty much run through. It's probably going to come down to Miao Miao again, but Katarine hasn't even entered the fray, so we might have ourselves a cat fight. Miao Miao versus Katarine. Who's stronger? We'll be finding out this time. My bubblegum pink balloon's really low, Saying's dead, and pretty much my entire army's right at this point. It's basically Miao Miao versus the world, which seems to happen a lot in this campaign. A nasty Towns of the Night comes down, taking out Katarine's last little bit of support, and it's pretty much just Miao Miao, some scattered infantry, versus Katarine and her frostworm. So we'll see who wins this one ultimately, and we need to fight this duel. Come over here, Katarine. Stop being chicken, Katarine. Fight Miao Miao. Fight honorably. Hit him with the whip. Whoosh. And who's gonna win this fight? Katarine comes in on her sled. She is technically anti-infantry, but Miao Miao is just hyper jacked and buffed at this point. I pop her little heal ability, keep her nice and healthy. With 13,000 HP, Katarine is gonna have a lot to chop through. So far, Miao Miao seems to have not hit her once, and she's running away again. She's trying to cycle charge. She comes in there, hits Miao Miao. Miao Miao just eats it, bro. She eats that shit for breakfast, and she finally locks onto Katarine and gets some big hits in there. She has like 700 weapon strength, so each hit she does is going to do a lot to her. Another hit goes down, another whip goes down. It looks like this one's gonna go to Miao Miao, because while Katarine is just knocking her over again and again, Miao Miao does have a lot of increased mass from getting to the freak stages, so she's able to hold her ground and actually just duke it out with Katarine, and after a couple more nasty hits, she takes out Katarine pretty easily, and it looks like Miao Miao is the true queen of this campaign. She does have a bunch of other armies though I'm gonna have to deal with. It's gonna be a long day before we're actually able to deal a big enough blow to Kislev and gain a full hold in her territory. Now what will help out with that is the next freaky stage. And this next event, Miao Miao enters creative mode and she gets spawn eggs for demons. So she can spawn a couple demons every turn, which is going to help boost Miao Miao's numbers whenever she loses some troops. So it's pretty good. We'll continue to press on, capture the lair of the Troll King. We want to make sure we get a good full hold where I can actually start recruiting units for Miao Miao's armies, because she's pretty damn low. She doesn't have a lot left right now. So I'm just going to give her a big ROR force, because Miao Miao is my main frontier army right now, and she's going to have to do all the hard work. She does like hard though, so should be okay for her. Assasso, we trade him another settlement, and we get a trade deal, and we're just increasing our reliability more and more and more. Hopefully Azazel eventually will get a defensive alliance with us, but it looks like Miao Miao is really stressed out, and she has a rising pressure because so much Slanesh corruption and just all this work she has to do fighting all these Kislevi armies. She's really not feeling too great. The venom is slowly poisoning her, and as time goes on, Miao Miao is getting weaker and weaker, and it causes her to have to lay on the floor and take periodic naps, or else she just passes out. We're gonna have to ally or destroy Azazel really fast, and obviously we can't destroy him, so we're gonna need to ally really fast, or Miao Miao's gonna get to a state where she can't even fight anybody anymore. And considering she's my hard carry, I don't want that to happen. She has a nightmare about Azazel as well. He's a pretty scary guy, so I don't want her to have nightmares. I want to save Miao Miao. I want to make her whole. I will save you, Miao Miao. Don't worry. Venom's progressed, and now we have minus 10 Winds of Magic power reserve per turn. Back in Grand Cathay, we're getting constantly sieged by a bunch of little Slaneshi rebels that try to attack me. And then the next turn, she gets another event again, where she spawns more demons. She goes in creative mode, and she gets 64 stacks of spawners. And she's able to spawn a bunch more demons now. So my Grand Cathayan armies will be much more varied with having like demons and soldiers, because Miao Miao has found the secret method, the Krum de Glagla, that will allow her to spawn demons just like Slanesh does. Pretty cool. She gets a couple of buffs here. Even more HP, even more mass, actually a lot more mass, 50%. Damn, she was already thick, but now, Dim Seal of Slanesh is 20% spell mastery for her, but the enemies as well. So I think overall it's a buff, because usually the player is better at casting spells than the AI, so I'll take it. We continue pushing in Kislev and sell Azazel another settlement. He's beginning to like us a whole lot, so we should be able to get that defensive alliance really soon. Back in Grand Cathay, I don't want to attack my Grand Cathayan allies like Zhao Ming to get that one quest battle where I need to destroy Grand Cathay armies, so I purposely cause revolts, and with 2 Grand Cathay army revolts, I'm going to take them both out, and now I'm going to get that plus 100 relations with this asshole, and this means pretty much next turn, we should have enough relations to finally get the defensive alliance. But it seems we didn't destroy those rebel factions without any consequences, because it looks like the capital of Grand Cathay, Wei Jin and the Dragon Emperor have noticed something is wrong, and they sent over Yuanbo to talk to Miao Ying after hearing some suspicious rumors about her consorting with demons. Yuanbo, the definition of the nerd emoji, he greets Miao Miao, and he says, you know, I've heard some sussy rumors about you, Miao Miao. I just want to make sure that these are just rumors, because they get kind of crazy. Miao Miao, of course, she denies these rumors. She says, I would never consort with demons. I would never attack Grand Cathayan allies. I'm just a good lady. Yuanbo doesn't buy this. He is a smart guy at the end of the day. And Miao Miao, she's starting to fold under the pressure. She starts sweating, and she just wants it to get over with. So she just tells him, listen, Yuanbo, times are hard. I have to defend the Great Bastion all day. I'm getting attacked by chaos. In Cathay, there's turmoil, there's Skaven, there's Dark Elves. There's so much stress on my plate, okay? I just need a little bit of relaxation. There's too much for me to do. Can you cut me some slack? And you know what? To Yambo's credit, he's a good brother, a good homie. And he says, okay, Miao Miao, I'll let you off the hook this time, but you need to get yourself in check. Maybe go to rehab or do something, because we can't be having the dragon name tainted like this. Now, what Yambo doesn't know is that all these rumors were true, and his ass just got played. Now, before Yuanbo does leave, he does leave Miao Miao with some discipline, making sure that she remembers,
you're the king, I'm the king,
that it's not her, and he does. But I get another mission after this event. Nakari has finally been defeated. His entire faction is wiped off the map. He's my only Slanesh ally, if you remember, so I'm gonna want to revive him. This mission gives me that opportunity. In Minothar, I'm gonna have to send an army there and retake it, and once I do, Nakari will come back, and of course he'll be vassalized under me. And the way that we're allowed to do this is with a brand new Sineshi portal. A bubblegum pink portal will spawn right on the donut of Ulthuan, as well as right next to Nangal. So I'm gonna build up a massive army to take over there and bring back Nakari. Back in Kislev, Miao Miao attacks Helpit. This is a capital settlement, so if I sell it to Azazel, he should like us a whole lot for this, and this should be all I need to finally get that defensive alliance. And yes, I was right, we actually can get a military alliance. So boom, we're allies with him now. We complete that mission. We get another mission here. We need to get Azazel to defeat one of Zadina Katarin's armies, but what's more important is we get the next event.
You come to me. How delectable. You think to parley? Why bother with words? I know what you need.
To celebrate our agreement, you may select a
Overcome
to
by
enjoy.
disgust. A twisted necessity. Nothing more.
I wouldn't really trust this guy, but I kind of don't have a choice here, so we're gonna have to proceed with the ritual, or else we're gonna have to break the alliance. And what do we work so hard for? And we do the ritual, but as the ritual is going on, Miao Miao realizes something is wrong. Her mind is foggy, she doesn't know where to go, and she ends up getting put into a dazed state, where she's very easy to manipulate, and Azazel takes advantage of this.
Forget your gods. What can they offer you compared to me?
I told you not to trust him. I told you, Miao Ying. So pretty scary. I don't know if Miao Miao's gonna be able to turn the tide here, but with me in our backline, we got this, Miao Miao. Come on. You can see here, finally we reversed the Venom. We've adapted to it. Winds of Magic Power Reserve Capacity plus 15, and way more relations with it. Now, to get to the next stage of progressing with Azazel, we were supposed to get to stage 6, but I'm already at stage 6, so I automatically completed the mission immediately. So hey, that worked for me speedrunning this joint. It's basically just Azazel telling Miao Ying to fully combine their forces. Now they're no longer just going to be allies, they're going to be the same force, and Azazel is going to be confederated under Miao Ying. And they create a portal through the realm of Slaanesh from Grand Cathay so that they can be fully linked, and at this point, there's pretty much no going back. Slaanesh is literally in the middle of Grand Cathay, and she's forced to do his bidding, or a giant demon invasion will attack. What does Azazel assign her to do? She has to take a bunch of really important settlements. But if she does it, he does have a little reward. She has Gillian's Soul Eater. This is the item that Min Fan, if you remember, stole earlier. So if we do listen to him, he'll give us the Gillian Soul Eater, which is basically like a super strong sword that has a net on it. The 6 settlements we'll need to capture are the Tower of Crack-a-Drac, which we already captured, Prague, Forbidden Citadel, and the Doom Keep. These are some really high tier settlements, and they're kind of far. Most of them are spread out in the northern area though, so it will take me quite a bit of time to do all this. I'll skip through most of it for you guys. But it does end up being a lot harder than I expected, because I don't know what happened, but Katarin's forces are insane. I remember that I also have that mission to get a trade deal with the Grand Cathayan faction, so I sell Zhao Ming one of the settlements I wasn't really using, and I get a defensive alliance that he broke off with me earlier, because I guess he wasn't a fan of, the demon consorting thing. We complete the mission, and we get even more relations with Azazel and just every Slaanesh faction, which is pretty dang good. And we got a little cutscene here, cordial courtesy. I'm not sure what that means, that's a big word, but I'm sure it's fine. Basically, Miao Miao's meeting up with a grim bunch of Grand Cathayan diplomats to discuss their strategy for the future and see if they want to join her and Azazel in their quest to rule the entire world. The diplomats don't seem to be taking Miao Miao very seriously, so Miao Miao has to make sure that they listen to her. She locks in, she's like, listen, I'm gonna whip the thunder whip right to your brain and go bzzz. So don't mess with me. But they don't really seem to be taking too kindly for this, and they're honestly very, very disrespectful. But eventually they realize the error of their ways, and they decide to ally with Miao Ying and Azazel. After some convincing, after Miao Miao gives them a really good, detailed argument of why it would benefit Grand Cathay in the long run, and they finally stop being rude, and Miao Miao leaves with the deal with the Grand Cathayan diplomats. So now she has her forces, Azazel's forces, and some Grand Cathayan forces as well, making her a lot stronger. But this is not everything. Miao Miao needs to get even more power so she can take over the world. And how's she gonna do that? A trade deal with the ogres as well. We're gonna have to do the same thing, get just one deal with the ogres. I just joined war against the Chaos Dwarf faction, and we get the non-aggression pact. And that allows us to complete the mission. The ogres are nasty, they're eating a bunch of food, they're all fat. She tells them, I understand you. Ogres are like onions, they have many layers. And the ogres, they start crying, they start bawling their tears out. They're like, they only ask what are the ogres doing, but they never ask how are the ogres doing. And they are just so thankful to Miao Ying. They're like, nobody's understood us this way before. And as they all go kumbaya and they eat a bunch of meat and food and throw a little party, and they decide to ally with Miao Miao and Azazel's force. because they know that she truly understands that ogres are like onions with many layers, and you know, they're just chill guys. Definitely chill and nothing strange. I don't want to talk about it. It was big. Why was it so big? I don't know. I don't want to talk about it, okay? That's all that happens, and Miao Miao gets an ally with the ogre forces. Pretty cool. Now the Mountain of Warns are secure, so pretty much Grand Cathay, the only threat left in it should be the little Skaven rats. Back in Grand Cathay army, I create a Celestial Lion stack because I mean lions v cats. No, lions v rats, cats v rats, lions are cats. It's a genius strategy. The rats are not going to be able to beat my juicy cat stack. And also I have a lot of my legendary heroes that came back after they died in Miao Ying's army. So that army is going to be quite jacked, and I should be able to defeat any Skaven forces that come after me, so that's pretty good. I get a peace treaty with Katerin as well, because Throg owns Prague. So I don't want to deal with full 4 flipping stacks of Kislev just to take Prague, so I'll get a peace treaty, it's fine, and I'll end the turn. But apparently that peace treaty was only good for 1 turn, because immediately afterwards, she demands money from me. You're trying to scam me! Miao Ying, I do not deal with scammers, okay? We're gonna take out Katerin. And okay, I didn't expect her army to be this strong. Maybe in the heat of the moment, I should have just given her like 4,000 gold, but hey, listen, Miao Miao will not be disrespected. Yeah, but it goes pretty bad for me. Pretty much my entire army dies, and it's another round of pray to Mommy Miao Ying and hope that she can win the battlefield. And she does ultimately, they just can't get through her, because she is really OP at this point. I believe she has max ward save, 13k HP, a Mortis engine, a AoE debuff. Hell, what doesn't she have? And Azazel was really impressed by this performance, so we sell him Prague, and we actually end up vassalizing Azazel, meaning that Miao Ying is the king. And we go through one of the bubblegum pink portals. We're gonna get some armies over here to Mithanar to hopefully revive Nakari, because the more Slanesh factions left alive, the more trade deals we can do, and the faster we can turn freak mode. And you know that's the goal here. None of the high elves are at war with me yet, so that guy should be safe. Throg counterattacks Miao Ying as she's trying to push onto the other settlement she needs to take, but we just run away, it's okay. We get another event to spawn more demons. We'll take this event. The more demons we can get, the stronger Grand Cathay is, so it's okay. Miao Miao does have to work really hard to create all these demons though. She has to go in her inventory, enable cheats, and then start spawning them with the spawn eggs. And you know, each time she does this, it's a lot of work, so I really appreciate that, Miao Miao. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how this event triggered, but apparently Miao Miao wants to make some trade deals with Norskins. I must have made one when I wasn't looking. But yeah, there's an event with some Norskin guys here, and they seem to be chill. They seem to be like really impressed by Miao Miao's drive. I guess the way she beat them up, the way she's so strong and like destroys entire armies by herself. They kind of think of her as almost like a minor chaos god. It's pretty cool. And oh my god, is that an animation? What the? Wow, the quality is insane, but yeah. They have an animated battle where Miao Ying wins and defeats a Norskin chief, and now the Norskins are really impressed by Miao Ying and acknowledge her as the queen of the Norskins, and she gets a pretty good trade deal with some Norskins, getting a lot more money and a lot more forces. In Grand Cathay, we also finally get Nangao to tier 5, and we're going to be able to create some unique freak buildings at tier 5. The one that I'm getting here is going to allow us to recruit Chaos Warriors and Marauder Horsemen, and it's going to allow me to create much more tanky infantry than what you'd normally get in Grand Cathay of just Jade Warriors and Celestial Crossbow. As I'm moving up to Norska to try to get the Doom Keep, we get attacked by a big Worldwalker army on Miao Miao's stack. She has 3 demons she managed to recruit and a couple archers, but it's honestly not that great. Luckily though, we've already kind of established that Miao Miao is kind of a boss, so unless you have overwhelming force, you're probably not going to beat Miao Miao. And we take the Doom Keep, and we put another army in there to defend it. While Miao Miao keeps on pressing up into Norska, and she goes after the Sorrow encampment. Pretty much for every 1 Grand Cathayan I can get a demon, so it's pretty easy to replenish my numbers at this point. The demons are instantly recruitable. After that, immediately we're gonna go after the Forbidden Citadel. Again, a close defeat, but you already know what I'm gonna do. Summon out Mommy Miao Miao, and she's gonna give these guys the beat down. And another victory. It's just how it goes. And I keep the demons out of there to keep them alive, to hopefully build up a strong stack. So in case we do actually get attacked by a super strong army, we won't just lose. Because even though Miao Miao is strong, I have seen quite a number of times where she gets really close to death. So far, we've captured 3 settlements. Krakadrak actually got captured by Archeon because he declared war on Azazel. None of them are owned by Katerin, so there's not really any point in me remaining at war with her. The Forbidden Citadel that we captured was pretty high level, so we're going to be able to finally recruit some higher tier units for Miao Miao's armies, some crane gunners, some demons. It should allow her to be an unstoppable force. I move up towards Krakadrak, but it looks like Arbol defeated his back. It looks like he's trying to get revenge for how we dominated him last time, but I don't think it's really going to go good this time either for you, Arbol. The army I recruited at the portal after reviving Nakari, I send it up here to the south to take Packdyke's Bay and then the Altar of Crimson Harvest. So he'll capture the 2 settlements we'll need, and then Miao Miao will recapture Krakadrak, and that should be all the settlements we need to progress. Archeon does travel down south with his main army to try to take the Crack-a-Drac, but we're just recruiting a bunch of forces, and the Tower of Crack also does have a garrison and is about to hit tier 3, so we should be able to fend off Archeon pretty easily. End the turn, and it does look like Archeon is pretty haughty and he decides to attack Miao Ying with Arwald Stack. But come on, you lost the first time. What do you think's gonna change this time? We've got plenty of demons, we've got some long rifles, and I actually have a pretty good strategy to win this one. Put all my troops in the trees, let Miao Miao take most of them out, and then once they're way lower in troops, I take out the guns, I take out the demonettes, and any stragglers that get past her. Then we send out the demonettes, we send out the guns, and we destroy them. And this strategy works like a charm. We honestly just dominate Arbald's army even harder than last time. We take less losses, one of our guns almost dies, Miao Miao completely destroys Arbald undefeated and the rest of his army. And with that, we make it to Crack-a-Drac, and Miao Miao's gonna besiege the settlement. It is at tier 4 with some pretty strong troops, but you've already seen me do this once with Azazul's army, and this will be pretty similar. It is a little stronger, but come on, Mommy Miao Miao's got this. As we speed on through the siege battle.
Lingangole gole gole wata lingango lingango lingangole gole gole wata lingango lingango lingangole gole gole wata lingango lingango.
Nice, heroic victory. Bunch of gold there, 7,000 gold. I like that. Nice, let's go. We got Crack-a-Drac, and we get the Altar of Crimson Harvest. Kind of a cool name, but loot and occupy that, meaning we have one final settlement left. The Norskins try to take back the Forbidden Citadel, but I'm not going to let that happen. I recruited a Celestial Dragon Guard stack there. And we get another event here for the demons. Basically, this event, we're going to get even stronger demons here. So now we're going to be able to recruit fiends as well, so pretty cool. And we get a bunch of buffs as well. Steel of Slanesh, redirecting aura, you know, it's just a whole lot of junky monkey. You can read it through yourself here. Some -8 melee events, spell mastery 100%, it's a lot of stuff. Basically, Miao Ying's jacked, and now she has a full army of demons with fiends. She is really strong at this point, and we move on to the final settlement, the Doomkeep with the cat army. We're just gonna auto-resolve this. I'm pretty sure the cat army can defeat most armies in the game. It's so strong. Bubblegum Pink Cat, got it! And what is that? Go blah 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 Soul Eater? Nice! And we have the opportunity to confederate Azazel. Pretty cool. Final request. You have finally done it. Your armies have destroyed and subjugated everyone Azazel wanted you to subjugate. Fresh from the battlefield, Azazel says, here's your price. He gives us the sword. He gives us some other stuff. And you know what? This alliance with Azazel wasn't that bad, Miao Ying. Maybe Azazel really isn't a bad guy. Maybe he just, you know, is misunderstood. And the alliance is way closer than it was before. So we go on to the next turn, and we finally get it. Confederate the Static Legion, or we could leave Azazel as he is. So if we don't actually want to confederate him, we don't have to. But me personally, I'm a confederation man. So I'm going to want to confederate Azazel. The item you get if you don't confederate him is a Legion's Point gain, diplomatic relations with Wars of Chaos, which is pretty good, but it's definitely not as good as confederating the Static Legion. Being able to have a Slanesh armies with Azazel is way too strong, so I'm definitely going to be getting that. Boom! And wow, Miao Ying and Azazel are closer than ever. Kind of a mean guy, but I'm sure we can train him to be nicer. How to Train Your Azazel live action coming into the theaters near you.
You are the puppet. I shall pull your strings. Let us begin.
But yeah, they create a little farm. They get some cows, and it's really wholesome, to be honest. It's kind of like a kumbaya moment. Grand Githey and Azazel, or Slanesh by extension, are allied now, and they're ready to take on the entire world and rule with an iron fist. An electric fist, pink fist, I don't know. And the first step of that war domination plan is taking out Katerin. You can see I have 3 armies, Azazel's armies, Miao Ying's army, and another army, and Katerin is there. In Edengrad, we're going to betray her and attack her to progress. Taking out Katerin will be our first step in world domination. But that's where I'm going to end the campaign. I hope you guys enjoyed. There's going to be another part. Don't worry, it'll probably come out sooner than later, so you won't be waiting as long this time, and we'll wrap up the entire arc of Miao Miao and Azazel. Will they be able to dominate the entire world? I don't know, we'll have to see. But I really hope you enjoyed, and if you like this, share it around. You got any suggestions, leave them in the comments. I really do read every single comment, I promise you. These videos are a lot of effort, but they're fun to make as well, and I always want to make them better, so I really do mean it. Leave me some advice. And I'll see you in the next one. Check out the rest of my videos here too. I have a bunch of similar videos on my channel, so you can binge watch them and relax and enjoy turning Warhammer freaky. Peace out.